Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us, our panelists. I am very honored to be the moderator for today's session. Like the name suggests, adapting together when the digital is the only way forward. And like the name suggests, it's digital and it is the must. It is the only way forward. And digital has affected all parts of industry, and it's not just digital. By digital, we also say AI as well, because we have heard from the MC. And you also mentioned previously that it is unavoidable. And it doesn't stop there. There are so many other issues such as climate change and geopolitics and many more. So today, to open the stage, we will warm up the stage with forward-looking. We would like to discuss how the insurance industry will be like in the near future. But to begin with, let us start with the business overview for the insurance industry. Can we start with the OIC, please? Let us go to Mrs. Mayurin as the commission and the regulator for the insurance industry. Ms. Mayurin, we would like to know what is the guideline for the OIC in order to help driving the insurance industry with technology. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and our guest speakers. Thank you for joining us, and also thank you for giving me the opportunity to join the panel. And like the MC previously mentioned, we know that we are transitioning into the digital era, and this is unavoidable for everyone. It's like we are on the same boat, aren't we? So it's not just the insurance industry too. Everyone, the whole world and all stakeholders, we are on the same boat. And on behalf of the OIC or the regulator, we have heard from the Secretary General that we don't want just to be the regulator, but we also want to be the regulator partner to enable all stakeholders. And the question is, how can we overcome these challenges? And it's not just about digital, as we know, because it's about the demographic, like super aging society, which actually matches with our objective for the industry moving forward, and many more that we have to face them together, right? And as we are together on the same boat, how can we steer the vessel? And the OIC sometimes call ourselves an architecture. Actually, we are like an architecture to help you design the policy in collaboration with our network and the industry. We want to make sure that this can help us overcome the challenges. And the main aspects of our discussions are the following. First, the insurance industry themselves or the businesses. And in such situation or the global environment, it is not just about technology or just AI. How can we survive, let alone being sustainable in this industry? Because we know that industry, like insurance, relies on trust from all stakeholders. So how can we make sure that the insurance industry to support the whole country and the society, especially in terms of mitigating and managing the risk and the disasters? And this is where OIC need to escalate our regulatory games in order to catch up with all the challenges. We already started the communication process. Actually, we have always been in touch with the insurance and insurance companies, and in terms of the supervision, because we know that there are many foreign entities who wants to come into Thailand, and we also want to help all businesses to be able to assess their own risk so they can take better care of their clients. And to do so, the OIC have to be a bit more flexible in order to work with all stakeholders. But sometimes we have to be more strict in certain cases that might impact many people. So that is from the point of view from the OIC. So that's the first aspect. And in the second aspect, we know that insurance is about trust. Without trust, there is no insurance. The question is, how can we gain trust? But they need to be aware and well understood. People must understand why insurance and how we can help them manage the risk. Because whenever an incident happens, we know that even though they have a policy, it doesn't mean that they can cover, let alone being sustainable in all cases. So with that, we will need a better understanding And today it is about how we can leveraging all the tools in our networks down to the agent level. And actually today we have more than 500,000 agents across the country that needs to adapt along with us. So it is not just the industry, it is about the people too. And they are a very important part of our insurance network. And another very important aspect of the OIC. So actually the Secretary General already provided you some interesting details during the opening. So let me conclude with the third aspect, which is the regulator ourselves. We also need to adapt as well. We need to catch up with the world and adapt, because if we want to design the regulations, we need to make sure that it supports the business and to be flexible enough, and we need to steer towards be the digital insurance regulator, so we can be the regulator partner for everyone in our network. And actually in today's meeting, this is a part that allow us to learn together with you and from you, especially in terms of all the InsurTechs who join us today and from both public and private agencies. So let me stop here for the first round.
So you see that OIC doesn't just regulate, but we are the architect, the design. This is a new architecture of the business in terms of insurance in the new age. Coming on to Nusara, Ms. Nusara from the Thai Life Insurance Association. What is the main factor that push forward the insurance industry? I think this is growing right now. What is the main factor? We got to say that the main factor for this year actually is the awareness of health insurance or PA insurance. So we got to say that after COVID, people become aware that it's not cheap to kill yourself. If you're ill, what is it like? How are you going to pay for your bills, right? So for today, a lot of people who walk to us and ask us questions, they ask for PA insurance or serious illness. But fortunately, because they are aware, there are also challenges coming from the bills, coming from the payment, grows tremendously. And there are institutions who does research on this. It's not like just about inflation. 15% inflation last year, and it should be 14% growing inflation. They come from many factors. Technology, treatment, payment that's more expensive, so that people can live longer, or it could come from any other factor as well. People say that broad rate abused. We ask a lot of medical questions. How is it going to be effective so that people gain the best benefit from what they pay for? In the big picture of the insurance, we also discuss with the other insurance as well. How do we collaborate? How do we raise awareness in necessity of the medical treatment? So this is why we do the co-payment. I need to say thank you for OIC that they allow us to have the policy, and they also agree on co-payment. First year, there's no co-payment. How do we do that? How do we claim? Is it good or not? Is it necessary or not? In what kind of topic? We don't talk about accidents or main injury or serious illness. It raises awareness to the people that in March, this coming March, we have new condition on the co-payment. How are we going to say that we can, raise awareness to people so people start to buy a lot before March. But actually, in April, it started to grow a lot, actually. This year, we grow so much. It's been 8 months altogether, and the new payment is 5% higher than our expectation. Overall, is 4% growth. This is actually higher than expectation from our association. But another thing, digital channels also growing a lot as well. Even though the foundation is kind of minimum digitalization in terms of insurance, speaking the InsurTechs, we talk about this for over 10 years, and the progress has been ongoing from different perspectives, from different products. I have to say thank you for OIC. Thank you for Mr. Paibun. He's already here with us as well. We have new product that has touchpoint in digital. We work and we understand each other even better when it comes to digital. We understand what it is now. What we expect to go further is how to adopt even more. How to do the E. We have the app, we have the e-policy, e-receipt, e-write. This is another solution to control the cost and also the speed. It would be better and faster. So the main thing would be the PA insurance and digitalization, and the younger generation, especially Gen Y and Gen Z, mostly it's a Gen Y, they would adapt faster. And we really hope that we're going to grow. However, anything that is good is also challenging. When it comes to digital, people come to us and say, we have the process to underwrite or analyze, even though it's a small cases, that is effective and efficient. How do we do that? And we hope that AI could be one factor would help us. So now there are longevity trends, So everybody worry, not just live longer, but live comfortably in quality as well. We talk about health span, longer health span. It's similar to lifespan, longer lifespan, but if you're going to be bedridden, that's not cool, right? It's going to be burden for others. These factors, in terms of insurance, we are ready to support you. Hospital and insurance company, we try to promote for people to have good health so they can have health span that is longer, closer to your lifespan. It's just like you just become ill just for short time and then you pass away. You focus on quality of life. So I believe that many institutions like Chulalongkorn University or institution, they promote the understanding on this, raise awareness, so that people who, if you have good health, then you can create benefit or profit for the country. We heard the word financial literacy. So we can have insurance literacy word as well. People can, we have to raise awareness. What type of insurance would fit them? Why do we need insurance and things like that? I'm going to leave it here because we're going to have new cool vocabs for sure. Just now, Ms. Nusara talked about coming to Dr. Somporn. Dr. Somporn, in the past year, the general insurance, anything goes, happen. We never know. There's going to be earthquake, we have earthquake. And extreme weather, we have that as well. Flooded as well. Anything that we never thought of, expect the unexpected, things that we couldn't think of, it came up this year. What is it like for your Thai General Assurance Association? Yes, as you mentioned, how do we prepare? The world today, uncertainty is certainty. Because many things happened just as like whatever you can't imagine, unimaginable things. Same as digital world. Sometimes we kind of think that we have developed digital technologies, but it's not like that. We don't develop digital. We develop digital for the better quality of life, not just for technology. Digital transformation enable us to live better with stronger financial and also prevent disasters. And this is one thing. This is all holistic. Digital and technology isn't just an option for the businesses, but is the only way to survive, especially for the insurance businesses industry. Digital isn't just the opportunity for your competency, but is the minimum requirement that every organization, every sectors, not just the business on insurance, but all the stakeholders, you must use digital. This is the only way to survive for everybody, especially with the general insurance, the GI. Pinut, you mentioned a lot of e-digital and coming to us. And also gonna be, I'm gonna share the I policy, the I claim, and we have diversities, and there are many things that could create the good experience for the consumers. We want you to get good experience, and also you're gonna be impressed with our services. In the past, we can't do that, but at the moment, with technologies that is happening, emerging, insurance business can approach the consumers, the main consumers, for example, underserved consumers for the insurance. So initially, the insurance business, we use the broker to approach the people. This is common, that the broker or the agency would approach the people who have higher competency in terms of finance. So there's a lot of people who are underserved, who aren't serviced well. And that means we call it inclusive insurance, that we try to include everybody, every sector, to be able to have access to insurance. Insurance can be the tools to manage the risk, whether from the individual level, family level, society level, or the national level. So apart from managing the risk, you can also use this system to be the tool to manage the budget. For example, your own financial budget. All of these happened inclusively and everybody holistically because of technology. And this is something that we should be thankful for, that the government, especially all the stakeholders who regulate, they understand this really well. So personally, I know that using technology to improve to business isn't just going to be in the dimension of individual or one company. It has to be collaboration between government and stakeholders, also the consumers. In the COVID time, it enabled a lot of people, and I think all around the world as well, to coming back to technology widely, broadly, and that has become daily life, the new style of lifestyle, and that create new opportunities for businesses. For example, the general insurance or any kind of insurance that would, send through or present the product of the insurance so that it can reach the hands of the consumers promptly enough. In the past, we have many, we can say words of mouth. You have to meet face to face. You have to meet personally. But at the moment, it's digital words of mouth that we can access the broader consumers. Digital is the only way to survive for the business. It's not just an option anymore. Thank you, Mr. Somporn. Mr. Somporn has mentioned that digital is so important. I'm going to ask Dr. Somporn and also Nusara. Well, the emergence of technology, we talk a lot about AI, but we don't know after AI what's going to come next, right? Technology is going to come and change the ecosystem. Just as you mentioned, isn't just 2-3 per people, it's all the ecosystem, right? So when technology emerges, how is it going to change or create impact to this insurance ecosystem? How is it going to impact short-term and long-term? What kind of dimension that you think we should focus on? Lady first, ma'am. Actually, the impact is huge. We speak about AI for a long while now. The most important thing is that organization ask for the organization to raise awareness. We start from the people. If we do system-led, we buy the system, but people don't follow through. You can't get through that. The answer coming back to not having data. But once people go in, they have the use case, the kit. Once the time came, technology is mature enough and affordable enough, people would jump, would leap, and they can grab that. So everybody must be scared of change. People don't like to change. That's normal. That's human instinct. When anytime people talk about, the leaders talk about the change, and now change is exponential, people are scared. I'm really scared now, okay? People scared of losing their jobs. How is it going to change our life, our, vacancy, employment? All these are questions on your mind. The impact coming to what? Maybe people have the morale that kind of reduce the morale because they're scared. How is it the leaders going to help people to understand, raise awareness? The change is fast. It's not linear. 2 years ago, we talked about AI, and that time was linear because maturity of technology and the price and affordability and something like that is not good enough. But you notice within the past 6 months, maturity, ability to learn, and development of the AI is leaping fast. And the question that you answered last month and the same question and the answers change in a month, And one thing I face is that how do we ask our people to understand first and never get scared? If you're a leader, you have to have empathy. Empathy happens only through understanding. You can't be too kind either. You understand, you let it go. You understand, you have to push and pull and push and pull. Once you do that and you show your staff that you have empathy, first of all, they start to learn. They learn from the technology. When technology become more mature, means what? The price is affordable, the price is okay, efficiency is good, is better. So people, can leap and grab that. The challenge is when you have so many staff on your hand, so many employees, high-level thinking, experience, many competent people, and another level of people who work on hand behind the scene, maybe on the background. They have kind of limited imagination. How do we do that? How we make every step, every layers of the people grow and adopt together all at one go. The leaders have to understand and have to be calm from the beginning. But you have to push and pull all the time. All of this is going to change landscape. How so? Easy. Today, it changed landscape in terms of AI. We leverage AI and we help AI to enable some tasks. And people know now, email coming in, you click the email and they ask you what you want to do, answer yes or no. You don't do anything, right? The AI does it for you. You might scan and they ask for them to check for you, things like that. This is the basic that you can do it right away in terms of landscape internal. We don't have to rely on the OIC to do that. We can change behavior and set expectation. Let's say Mr. Somporn talk about, the general insurance. It should be broker digitalization, the easy product, something that the people understand already. How do we adopt digitalization and buying online? The product that is complicated, many conditions. In the past, we talk about we have to have broker or agent to explain, to clarify, because we don't want to missell to get the sales. And then people ask us, how is it going to be based on trust, based on credit? How is it going to sustain? Especially digital. One voice that you said, it can share like millions, right, with digital. People say compliment, it can go to 10,000 like customers. So we have to be extra careful about the voice, the words of mouth. That is why people have to clarify. We have to have the clear condition. You have to have the welcome call to check whether the customers understand it or not. So in the past, we see that brokers are key to our success, and for the digital, we adapt quite slowly compared to the general insurance. Let's say PA cover 10 million baht, 50 million baht. How is it going to pay exactly? Is it going to be 10 million exactly? What are the details? It may not be exact with that kind of, punchline. We need to have someone to clarify for us. But now we have AI. AI can answer some things that's better than human. The landscape before the agent has to quickly adopt. And you have to adopt the AI to help you. So many products, so many conditions. How does it that agent's going to remember everything by heart? The point that they're going to be selling to people, you can't memorize everything, right? And the company use AI to help and adopt, not just TikTok, that is also basic now. You use TikTok to communicate in marketing. We also use AI to do presentation as well. That the company want to control the quality and the condition that is exactly like what you want to say. And it could just be conversational, answering question. It has to feel warm and conversational, as if the broker is talking to the customer. Landscape has changed. Something we don't know is that how fast are we going to go? Is it going to be faster than before? How is it going to replace the people or not? Is it actually replacing the people? Question. So now the human brokers or agents, how's it going to work? Well, the brokers don't just sell. They actually do service for you. Through the service now, people come to us, talk to us, and they go to digital channels. But don't forget that in Thailand, insurance policy by population is about 40%. Means what? About, more than half of the nation don't have insurance. Many people don't do digitalization with us. And this could be limited income. And they actually have higher needs for the health insurance actually. So my belief is that the brokers or the agent have the chance, but they have to adopt their own ability, adjust. They have to upskill. Use digital. If you already digital, it's fine. If you don't do digital yet, we should do hybrid. Or some people still need face-to-face. Life insurance is not the boss. We still need someone to present and clarify. Of course, the insurance company would need the generative AI or GI. Now we use chatbot. Now we're going to improve on and on. And then we might use the broker who's the AI to sell online and things like that. Just as I mentioned, we have so many underserved customers. That group, we need them. We need to approach them. And so I believe that brokers are still key, but if they adjust and learn and use AI as the tool to help them, they're going to work even faster than before, going to be more effective. The company can control the content to present the clients even better. Digitalization, additional media, social media, It's going to be helping them sharing to lots of people who can adopt this. We can't say that people in the suburban area, they actually watch TikTok, they actually check YouTube, Instagram, all these channels would help them. But how do you boost the understanding? How do you boost that we understand? How can we rely on someone that we trust? A lot of people say that insurance company need to build trust. Of course, governance trust is the key as well. But many people know that the buyers who know the consult of insurance company, they start to trust from the person that they talk to, a broker. One thing that is important in our landscape is that data analytic is important. AI help data analytic make it faster than before. When we detect and find something suspicious, we use data analytic and we can do it promptly. We can use AI to learn. AI can learn, we can test the accuracy. How do we detect fraud, detect something that is abnormal? How accurate is it? Like when we test, we know the accuracy is better, but it comes with challenges. Because challenges is what? Actually, do we trust it or not? But when you say, is accuracy or confidence level is 99%, is it so? Is it true for a long term? When you use AI, it comes with responsible use, AI governance that's got to be able to judge whether something that they answer is correct or accurate or not. I believe that AI is going to help detecting these flaws, and as standalone is only the tool to help in one dot in a big picture. We have to build this. We have to automate flow run. It's going to help your business. We have underwrite. When we have AI to help you and plug in AI, it's going to build into the flow. That is the challenges that the business had to push forward. I believe that this is just the enabler, and we can leverage, we can reduce the cost, we can better detect, we can help managing the risk. And just as Ms. Somporn mentioned, managing risk, and we have to walk hand in hand, regulator or anyone. This is why we use co-payment to say in this to boost the awareness of the people. Just when the doctor mentioned that, okay, when you go to the hospital, doctor asks you have insurance, the first word. Okay, if you're okay with that, if you're ill, you can stay in the hospital if you have insurance. If you don't know, you might have to go home and recheck a lot of things. And I noticed that, like, in abroad, in other countries, they don't offer for you to stay in the hospital as much as Thailand. If we have treatment services or medical services efficient, we can manage the claim so we can control the premium that's not growing too fast. I believe that AI can help this. AI is helping right now. When we do the claim, we try to use AI to study. Before, we have different format, different hospital. Like nurses are really tired to match everything, but now AI study and match everything for you. Let's say hospital 1 using this format, hospital 2 this format, blah blah blah, and they can actually help taking the burden from the nurses and the staff. Every business has been challenged because the margin is lower now. There's now higher price of treatment. There are costs that we have to adopt. Digital regulatory, a lot of things that we try to bring into enforce. These are higher costs altogether. How do we manage costs that it doesn't increase as fast? AI is going to be the helper if we can adopt it. The scary thing is that why are our staff so scared of AI, right? Everybody worried that they're going to lose their jobs. Why? Like, I gotta say that you have to adopt. CEO has to adopt as well. CEO might lose his job as well because many questions that CEO asks AI, who is the private, like that we run, they are answered that we are quite scared. That they're actually quite good at analyzation. We ask question and we key in the question and they answer quite reasonably. So what is our value? Why do they need us now, right? So I have to raise my point that can we adopt? We actually should learn fast. One thing that we have to learn is that, of course, I'm using it right now. I ask everybody if they say they use AI. I ask like, how do you use it? Do you use it like the last month or not? 1 month passed. Is it changing? It's changed, It grows. Just as I mentioned, when you know that your staff are scared of it, how do we challenge them to step out of their comfort zone without fear? KPI, we don't worry much about this, but it's to convince them to show and share, to show example for those who are successful, that, you share the knowledge in your companies. And after you got the information, knowledge, they care enough to share with the OIC. With the landscape, we can't just say that it's gonna kind of touch on the product and also the services and also the condition of the premiums. How do we send across the policy to the customers? How do we do the call speed? It's gonna be faster or not, etc. Before we had the QC, telesales, right? And that's gonna be promptly. So when you say something, said yes and no, all of that is too fast. Welcome call now. It could be delay. People, how do we? It can speed up now. You don't have to delay because digitalization help everything like run faster. But you have to know how to do it. This is from Miss Nusara. Coming to Dr. Somporn once again. Coming from the general insurance, the AI, how is it helping you? How is it going to make impact? What do you have to focus now? I'm quite tired and I talk after her. It's kind of like she knows everything. This kind of my pressure now. AI or technology that's emerging. It kind of like make all the entrepreneurs become aware that the future is here.
ตอนนี้เนี่ยอนาคตอยู่ข้างหน้า
The future is in front of us. It's up to us whether we grab it with both hands or not. AI transform every chain of the insurance system, starting from looking for customers. Technology, we say that we call lead, looking for the lead. They're so good at finding customers. And then to earn the customers. Our system like that, the AI I have to say that AI is the helper. They don't replace us. I believe with my whole heart that our staffs from all the insurance company or any brokers or agents at the moment, they know how to use AI to make it everything faster, more effective, and also make the customers impressed with our work. And they can do it quite well. Just as I mentioned earlier, AI or technology, it changed every value chain of the insurance system. Starting from looking for customers, launching new premiums or products. In the past, like insurance, what we do is that let's say we have one premium, we call one fit all. The insurance policy. So this is why we can launch a policy, we can decide the individual policy. This is a tailor-made, right? Personalization that each individual. So the policy that we launch, apart from doing tailor-made for each person, we can also allow each person to design their own policy themselves. And even though they have policy in hand, they want to adjust anything, they want to amend any condition, or even to change the way of the insurance or pause for like a few periods. Or sometimes I understand that they're high risk. You might adjust something, right? The coverage. This is something that's happening, could happen in the near future, or even might happen already in many companies. Apart from designing the policy, calculation of the risk. In the past, we used technology coming from Assakul so many ways. Many times that we have different kind of risk, it takes a while to calculate, to find the right solution. Let's say from the risk and also the value, or also from the premium as well. So just now, even though when we change one thing, we can calculate each group, each person promptly. And it doesn't make us lose our job. It makes the broker work more effectively than before. We can design, we can help customer experience so that they will feel impressed with our work. They can be confident in our business from the source to the end. And then also management of the claim in so many dimensions using AI to help us. Now, when we have to check the damage, let's say we talk about car insurance. We can check the video using video and film everything around the cars, right? and AI can translate everything, like how damage at the car door, at the front, rear, things like that, or scratch anywhere. And we can ask for them to calculate the coverage and also the cost for us. This is technology that we can use in terms of managing our business. Now, are you going to believe that Moderator talk to the TV? Now we put the tools that they can track the behavior. They know our behavior more than us know ourselves. All of this, it became the factor that insurance can be adapted to many things, to do pricing, to design the policy that fit to each individual, fit to each family. So it's not the standalone policy anymore. For the future, in the near future, it gotta be embedded in every services, every product that you're gonna buy, and that gonna become your daily life. Insurance in today's world is gonna be accessible, and only we have technology in our palm. We can choose a product, we can choose the premium that is comprehensive, we can do the claim ourselves, or DIY claim. We can get the claim, the payment, or we can transfer to do other service for us that could be done easily as well. All of this is about adjustment, the adjustment of ecosystem of the insurance system from AI. And I insist one more time that AI that's coming is not only, it doesn't make human to human or human to customer stay apart. Actually, AI connects us to the customers, that we become closer using AI with managing the claim. That would, we insist that we respect for the insured person even more. The way that we can have the system to do notification sending to our customers, this is the assurance that we care for you. We actually take care of you. The insurance in the future is not just about waiting for damage to happen. And then we claim after, and then we pay after to replace your damage or anything like that. But this is more about prevention. It's about working on warning, notification, managing risk for the customers. And I gotta say it one more time, that when you manage risk for your customer, isn't just managing in the big company only, but this is on the individual level, every single detail. This is the power of AI that's going to be changing the business and the world today. Yep. And gotta say one more time, in the future is in front of you. Thank you.
And it is here and now. So before we close, let's jump back to the OIC once again, Mrs. Mayurin. So what the OIC think? Because when there's technology like this, what should be the new way of regulation in order to promote the InsurTech and innovation? And is there any guidelines or any practice that the business should be concerned? Actually, based on what I heard from the assurance and the general insurance associations, we can see that there are many benefits from the technologies and AI, but on the other hand, there's a flip side of the coin. We also need to be aware of the possible concerns, and besides of the benefits, what are the actual impacts, especially negative impacts? It comes as far as the benefits too. In terms of insurance can be quite complicated, and AI can make simplifying them. And actually, it works very well, starting from the sales process and the business process, and also the services. But the biggest impact that we already started to see is actually the fact that we are using the AI in a more fraudulent way in all kinds of industry, not just within the insurance industry. So besides of the business, we also need to adapt accordingly. After we have conducted the readiness surveys, especially in terms of digital transformation, the level of readiness is quite high, up to 70 to 80%. We believe that they are ready to transform, but eventually, because it's technology, what makes or breaks a technology is actually speed. Today, we know that the technology comes at the breakneck speed, but in the next few days or next few months, it can be even faster. So the most importantly is the readiness, the willingness to adapt. So it's not just about the people. It's not just your people. I mean people within our insurance network. The people in our country needs to be aware and adapt. So on behalf of the regulator, our biggest concern is how can we make sure that we can set the standard, especially for the regulations on how we are using these technologies, starting with the business side, in order to gain trust in its use cases, and as a result, we can reap the benefits of these technologies. And that leads us to data governance and AI guidelines and many more. And also the minimum standard for the CRAP assessment. Yes, we want to be sure that the industry themselves are aware, and whatever innovation, including digital technology and anything else, can be sure that we are really ready. And however, when it comes to digital and technology, I strongly believe that it will not replace people perfectly, and especially when you talk about insurance business. Our talents, our brokers and agents, they are very important because the product itself is very complicated, and it gets even more complicated as you have heard from the association representatives. We also need to make it more individualized. It's not just for like one size fits all anymore. Yes, there's no longer fit anyway. So one of the most important thing is data governance and data utilization in insurance industry. This will be a highly valuable asset in the near future, especially in our ways of working. It doesn't matter if it is the risk assessment or the actual calculations, and that is why data is a must and it is utmost necessary. Because if the data is not solid, it doesn't matter if you are big or small. You can't even use your data when it comes to AI, to be honest. So as a regulator, we also need to proceed to be the designer or to be the architect, the main architect for the insurance industry. We need to help them design the whole ecosystem for the insurance to make sure that it serves the demand. And we need to make sure that it's flexible enough to accommodate with all the changes and with good speed. That will become very important for us. So, and last but not least, human resources. Our own people, our own talents, your talents, and general public and private agencies, everybody will be participating in the insurance industry eventually. So how can we ensure the learning process and to make sure that they have better understanding for the insurance? This has been a policy since last year that we have already started our conversation with the industry. It's about research and development. It's about human capital development. And that will lead us to the CIT or Advanced Center of InsurTech. They will become even more important. And besides of just research and development, we need to make sure that all the research will be practical. They have to be the center to help the business. We know that this industry is running at different speed. We need to make sure that they can run towards the same direction. When we talk about CIT, we used to think about InsurTech, but today's partner is not just InsurTech. There can be even more FinTech, InsurTech, HealthTech, and all kinds of techs. They are already in and they are coming fast. And we cannot invest in all of these alone because we know that it might not be fast enough. We need to connect all the networks together, and that actually brings us here. And this is actually the second time where we have changed our theme and make sure that everybody could join us in the same room, from the startups, from the fintech, from the insurance company. Actually, outside you can see a lot more booths. Yeah, a lot more comparing with last year. And yes, there will be lots of demos and showcases so we could learn together. We know that our industry is ready. We have used some of these products. At least our value chain in insurance business has already digitalized. But in the near future, it will not just one single value chain. Everybody is connected and we need to be able to accommodate that. So for the OIC, we will need to find a way to help accommodating everyone and to work together with everyone. And that's why we use the word integration. We need a lot more communication. And we are not just the rule holder. We need to make sure that regulations and innovation works together. We need to have a safe space before they can put it into good use. Thank you very much, ma'am. So to quickly summarize this forum, actually there are still many more that they would love to share with you today, and we really want to listen to, but because we still have a lots of interesting session, so I would like to conclude this session like Dr. Somporn said, it is not the way forward, it is now, right here and right now. And our guest has also emphasized, thanks to Mrs. Mayurin and Mrs. Nusara, people is still very important. AI doesn't push people away, but we need to integrate AI and people. And especially on behalf of OIC will become the architecture, the main architecture who will design a more sustainable ecosystem. And that leads us to today's event. And this is why we are here today. We are going to work together towards the same goal. And on behalf of the organizer, I would like to thank our panelists, Ms. Mayurin, Ms. Nusara, and Dr. Somporn. Thank you for joining us.
Audio Jungle.